Hello and welcome to SPL Weekly and welcome to the Wildcard special. Now, one of us has a wildcard and one of us uses a wildcard. Sadly, I've used my wildcard. But anyway, we're going to ignore me. Which is
I don't think it's sad.
about.
I don't think it's sad. sad. I think
it when I had to use it.
You used it when you had to, and you used it very well.
Yep.
You went from what was it? 2 million nearly.
Yeah, I looked there earlier. Actually, I went from 100k to 2 million in 1 week. One game week from 100k to 2 million. Unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, so no, it was worth it. And then
you're still really bitter about that game week 6, aren't you?
Unbelievable. You beat by 50 points. But anyway, so there's not much for me to say in my team anyway. I'm probably just doing one transfer, defender transfer. So all about wildcard, and Ches is doing his wildcard, and
I think we need to do a little bit of a recap on the Boxing Day, Boxing Day and the weekend before, so the 23rd. I think we both had good weeks.
You were slightly better than me.
The 23rd game week 18 was average, but I think it was average for everyone. If you had Solanke, well done. If you had Chris Wood, well done. Moving forward, how good your team will be if you have both of them in, I doubt it. So it was more, the average was what it was. However, I would be very surprised because ultimately the only people in my team who scored points were Son and Salah, and Salah's ownership is 55, Son's ownership is 45. So that's the reason why the average is so high. And I got 31 was the fact that. How did you get on?
Solanke smashed us that week, really. I had 31 as well. Yeah. Killed us, and my bench was a joke. I Gabriel on the bench. But again, I don't regret moves. It's like this week's a perfect example. People are like, oh, Areola got 10 on my bench. Yeah, am I meant to start Areola in goal at Arsenal over Dubravka at Luton? I doubt it. So Dubravka against Forest at home. So it's just one of those things.
I think
it's a sensible move that you just got unlucky.
The people who went with like Areola and complete dud, they really won this week. They really
they're bad
won.
players. Starting Areola at Arsenal.
Definitely.
So, but that week we had 31. I had 25 on my bench, so that was a bit of an annoying bench week. But it is what it is. I was never going to start Taylor and Gabriel in their respective games anyway. So it was what it was. And then week just gone, I got 40. You got 47? 49. Good week for you. I'm assuming that's a green arrow for you. It's a slight red arrow for me. But it's what it is. It's not a huge game. It's not a huge scoring week. So it's not the worst week to have an average one. Areola got 10 on the bench, but it is what it is.
My 1 week punt with Trent really worked. Really happy with that. And Darwin, lovely goal. I think eventually the persistence of mine has paid off. Foden as well, really just ticking along well for me. And I just.
Darwin could have got more as well. He really could have got more.
You say that. You'll say that in every single game, every single game. So.
Yeah, probably. But at the same time, I don't. Maybe I'm being biased with another team. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a game week where he gets 2 goals and assists. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
Do you know what?
Numbers that he creates.
Do you know the one thing that I do want to discuss, and it's fixtures. Okay. Now, you are a fixture perv, okay?
I am.
Openly admitted that you pervert fixtures.
I do.
Okay? Now, I was having a quick check through Palmer, okay?
Yeah, he's a bit of an exception.
Okay. I'm happy.
He's picked up penalties in tough games, but yeah.
Okay, I'm happy for you to say an exception there, okay? Saliba.
I would imagine an exception
because I've mentioned it.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Probably.
I just want to throw it out there that there's teams like Arsenal and there's teams like Chelsea whose fixtures don't always matter loads, okay? Because they're the best team in that fixture usually, okay? So what I'm saying is sometimes people like Solanke, perfect. Fixtures, be all over them. Brighton's fixtures in running up, perfect. Be all over them. But when your team is really good, fixtures...
City's a good example of that. City are fairly fixture-proof.
Do fixtures always matter? So, like, Liverpool, when they're playing against Sheffield United and Luton, who are just going to sit 10 men behind the ball at all times, never move, that's a nightmare for Liverpool. This weekend, Newcastle are going to go and play. So
yeah, maybe. And you know, Spurs came to the Amex and with their high line, that's what we need. The reason we did well is we do better against teams with high line. So
yeah. Whereas the match, the match that we went to when it was when West Ham beat you, perfect, absolutely perfect. So I do think that there are times where you need to delve a little bit deeper into the fixtures a little bit more. Yeah, and just have a real look about, do I want a defender for these upcoming fixtures? Not are the fixtures good? Do I want a defender? Do I want an attacker for these upcoming fixtures?
Yeah, another good example as well is like Eze at some point for me when I'm looking to take him out has Brighton away, and I was thinking about this and I thought, I look at that and think that's a tough game. Brighton away is a tough game, but it's a tough game defensively. It's not a tough game attacking because we haven't kept a clean sheet in the Premier League all season. So our players going to score? Well, probably because we haven't kept a clean sheet all season. If they score, who's it going to be? Probably Eze or Elise. So I don't think it's a bad attacking fixture, Brighton, but it's not a great defensive fixture because we always score. So,
and I just think that's an interesting slant, just to make sure that you're always thinking that way, because it's I think we can get too obsessed with like, perfect, Liverpool have got great fixtures running up. I was having a look at this earlier on. So Liverpool have got great fixtures. I've got average fixtures in the next couple of weeks. I was thinking to myself, do we? We've got Newcastle at home, brilliant. Bring them on. Bring them on. Bournemouth away. Bournemouth aren't going to sit 10 men behind the ball at home with the run that they're currently on. Perfect. Bring them on. Chelsea at home. Do you really think that Liverpool are just going to, at an 8:15 kickoff, are just going to sit behind and just let it happen? No, perfect. Bring it on. Arsenal away, granted, very hard fixture. Then you've got Burnley at home, Brentford away. Now, from an attacking point of view, I love all of them fixtures. Defensively, not for me. Not for me. That's why I'm not interested in Trent, for example, on the wild card, because yes, Trent is brilliant attacking, but like, don't even think about comparing Foden versus Trent from an attacking point of view, and Foden's $1 million cheaper. So I think looking at it from a defensive versus an attacking point of view, moving forward, Burnley at home, from game week 24, you've got Burnley at home, Brentford away, Luton at home, Forest away. Defensively, sign me up. Where can I sign up? Because I think that those are four. Out of those four fixtures, I think you're almost guaranteed 2 clean sheets. Okay, but for these next four, then that's where it's that's where it can be tough. Definitely. Defensively versus attack. So Anyway, boom, baby. Here we are. We've arrived.
Arrived at the wildcard. Get into it, mate.
We've got there eventually. So, a little bit of a backstory with regards to the wildcard. Game week 8 was the obvious choice. Okay, we talked about it a lot, and the conclusion that we made was that there was only 3 players. If I take myself back, I think there was 3 transfers that I was going to do on my wild card. And I looked at it and was like, does this warrant a wild card? That was what it was. They were the conversations that we had. Does this warrant doing a wild card? Those 3 transfers would have been good because it was Palmer, Watkins, and someone in defence. Might have been Ndoggy or someone like that. However, we chose not to. I think we chose right, and it was looking game week 12-13. It was like, oh my god, this is unbelievable. This has been the best strategy ever. I'm going to spike this double, and this double should have been happening this game week. This game week. This game week should have been double in. Perfect. Bring it on.
Yeah, because it was meant to be Sheffield United at home and Brentford at home, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine them fixtures in the form that Brentford are in.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is part of the reason why I don't want him in my team, but it's the reason I'm keeping him is Wolves have just scored 4 against Brentford. Palace got Brentford at home. They could score some goals there. Then it's Arsenal away, which is tough. I can bench him. And then it's Sheffield United at home. So I've got no reason to sell Eze before those. 2 of the 3 games are very, very, very good from an attacking point of view.
So it kind of was muddied up a little bit, my wild card then. But we're here. We've got through it. We've taken 0 hits to get to this point. I'm in a good position, 150k in the world. I'm going to be going into AFCON and Asia Cup with 0 problems, which not a lot of people have got problems now because Mbumo was taken out. So that would have naturally been 3 problems that people would have had.
Some. You'll have less problems than most.
Well, I'm definitely going to have no problems. Whereas there's people who are going to be some.
Keep 1 or sell 2, or I'm going to keep Son through it. But
I still think that I'm going to have. There's an issue there.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, you can address that issue now with unlimited transfer.
Mm-hmm.
It's only really an issue if you decide to go Salah. Yes, because you're not going Son, and not to ruin the special, but and you're pre-booking a transfer with Alvarez to Haaland, which makes complete and utter sense. But if you decide not to go Salah, then you don't have any AFCON Asia Cup problems.
No.
But it's a scary watch. But you're watching Newcastle behind the side.
I am not. As a Liverpool fan, I am not going without Salah into that game. There is no chance. Absolutely no chance I'm going into that game without Mo Salah.
We need to talk about captain as well, but we can do that.
But yeah, right. So we're going to start off in chronological order and from back to front. And it is starting with goalkeeper. And I do need to give you a little cheeky 4-pointer here because you
fixtures, baby.
you fixture-perved my choice.
Have you seen them? Have you seen the dovetail pictures, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So my current goalkeeping situation is Dubravka and Turner. And moving forward, I will be going with Turner and Areola. So my goalkeepers are now costing. What did I say?
You said Turner and Areola.
Dubravka and Areola. The fixtures are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There's no real week. Yeah.
Only one is this week, Brighton at home, West Ham, and it's not even week. And I may be being biased. I'm just saying we usually score.
West Ham have just kept the clean sheet away at Arsenal.
So it's a semi-week, but other than that, it's unreal.
Yeah.
And the thing for you as well is Areola's great now because he's proved he can keep clean sheets in big games, and he's absolutely nailed. We've got through the was he nailed, was he injured? He's back. He looked really good, by the way. He looked class last night. I actually rated as a goalkeeper. He was class at the Amex as well. And he's nailed, and the fixtures dovetail so well. And the other thing is, as well, you've got a bit of value tied up in Dubravka. So even if they sign someone in January, they might. I don't actually think they will. But even if they do, you've got Areola as a backup. It's not a complete disaster.
I think that's the small chance.
Yeah, but it's not a disaster. It's not a huge risk because you can just play Areola until there's a game week in which you have a free transfer to just burn, and you can go, oh, who should I fancy you guys?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a huge issue. You've got money tied up in Dubravka, and there's no reason for you to sell Dubravka at all.
Yeah. The other thing to think about is the other goalkeepers that I wanted to just give. We don't like doing it, Edison or Raya. They're the two premiums. Set and forget.
A bit too expensive, and he lets you down more than not because he doesn't get any save points.
Yeah, set and forget. If you want those in your team, perfect.
I don't mind Raya.
I don't mind it. I just but when do they play Brentford soon, don't they? What would you do? Well,
he's suspended for Brentford. He can't play Brentford yet.
Yeah. So, like, what would you do during that? Like, because you're not going to have any more than a 4 million on your bench, so you're going to probably have to go with like a Turner. And obviously, if that week works out well and Turner's got a really nice fixture, but Turner could be out of the team by then. You know, we just really do not know what Nuno's going to do with Turner. He looks like he's going to stick with him, but we'll have to see. That other goalkeeper, wow, he was poor. Wow, he was really bad. So,
but you just never know when that's going to change. And I'd say that Newcastle and West Ham are better teams and better clean sheet prospects than Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I would agree, especially West Ham.
Yeah.
So the next, and then the other ones after that who was close. I was thinking about was Robert Sanchez. He seems pretty nailed at the moment. He's only four. What's that?
He's injured. When's he back?
They're saying he'll be back sooner.
Is he going to get in as well? That's a risk for me. I know you're not going there. So it's all speculation, but I don't know if he gets back in.
So you think this American kid stays in?
Maybe. He's looked pretty good. I'm not saying he definitely will, but there's a chance that he will. Sanchez is too much of a risk.
How much is the American kid? I haven't even looked really.
Sadly, he's 4.6. 4.6. I looked at him. If he was 4, I'd have him, but 4.5.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So yeah,
Flecken, but the double. But
Brentford are in them. Yeah, but the double is City.
I agree.
As a goalkeeper, it's not a double. It's actually more potential.
I think Raya is next best, but again, you're then doubling up on the Arsenal defence again.
Yeah, which is what we're going to come on to now. Defence. There's certain people who are staying in my defence because of the value that I have tied up in them, and so for me, you're going to have either Undogi and Porro, and if whoever you've got, you stick with them. If you didn't turn from Undogi to Porro earlier on when the price was really sweet for Porro, then you probably missed the boat. The price that I got Porro at, he's unbelievable value, therefore he stays in my team. I know that Andy was saying that he's not essential, but for the price I've paid,
no, I get it.
He's a hold. He's an absolute hold.
He's going to score soon, by the way.
Really, did you see that he's had the third most shots in the last 5 game weeks?
Yeah.
The third most shots.
He nearly scored at the Amex. He had a big chance later on. He's going to score soon. His amount of, I think he's attacking. He's had on 5 of the last 6 games. He's had an attacking return.
Yeah, I mean, I had him on my bench this week, unfortunately, but not unfortunately. It was the right decision to have him on my bench. You know, he's conceded 4 goals. So, so anyway, so he stays. The next one is an Arsenal defender. If you've got Gabriel or Saliba, perfect.
You need an Arsenal defender. Yeah, for me it's Gabriel because I don't have value tied up with Saliba, but for you, You've got value tied on Saliba. You've had him since 5 million. So.
I've had him since the start.
Yeah.
So when he was,
I'll never forget that 5 minutes before the deadline on Gameweek 1. We got the news about Gabriel. You've had him ever since.
I know.
That was class.
I know. Like, yeah. Anyway, we don't need to talk about
deadline streams.
Yeah, that I don't. There's certain deadline streams that you watch. This week will be one of them that I'll be watching because I'm on a wild card. So but yeah. So I've got Saliba since 5 million. So he stays. I could save some money. I could bank some money by going to Gabriel, but I don't know. It's much of a muchness.
Well. At some point, Gabriel will get rested again.
It's much of a muchness. The next one is when we start to look at fixtures. Okay, so Walker. We know he's going to double.
I absolutely love him.
We know he's going to double. He's a little bit pricey.
Compared to Trippier and Trent, not really.
But compared to them two, not a lot. So I think he doesn't get many attacking returns.
No.
I don't think he's got one all season. I had a look through.
He's played 90 minutes every game, doesn't he? And we've always been, even for the last few years, we've been looking for that nailed City defender, and I feel like now we have one. Last season, you'd have paid for a nailed City defender, you'd have paid 6 or 6.5. So I don't think 5.3 is too bad.
He's got one assist in 20 game weeks.
He's capable of an assist. He is capable of an assist.
But I'm not getting him.
That's Sheffield United away.
Forest.
Oh yeah.
Forest.
Their fixtures are outrageous.
And he's going to double. And if I've got 3 City players, which I will do, I'm going to have Walker. News to everyone, I'm going to stick with Foden. And I'm going to go with Haaland or Alvarez. Okay, Alvarez now. Haaland. Those 3 City players, those 3 City assets are the most valuable ones, definitely. I don't think
the highest clean sheet odds, by the way, all season. They are 68% to keep a clean sheet in Sheffield United.
Yeah. So even if he's in for until the double, I think that's a fair thing to do.
Yeah.
The next one down is Gusto. So Gusto is obviously he's 4.1. He should be nailed. He's really attacking, and he seems to really get some decent results.
Yep, and James is really injured. That's the key thing. James has really had surgery. So, Gusto for me is a no-brainer. He's a dud price. He should be nailed. He's attacking. He looked really good against Palace.
I thought the cat had brought a real mouse upstairs then, and he's brought his toy. He's brought his toy to show me.
Well,
I was panicking, thinking, "Oh my God, Jesus Christ, the cat's going to bring up a rat," and I'm recording a frigging video. Anyway, we can relax.
Gusto. I want to try. I've got Colwell. I'm actually trying to find a way of getting Gusto instead of Colwell. He's cheaper.
Well, you can. It just costs 0.4.
Yeah, well, I would say 0.5. Yeah, but there's other things I want to do. That's the thing. It's a luxury, isn't it?
There is no. Well, I and this is the thing I can. So I've swapped Colwell. I've swapped Colwell to Gusto,
right move.
And it's the right move to do.
Yeah, and I think the thing is with Colwell, yes, he's probably going to play, but he's the one that can chill, and Gusto's the one that can bomb. So he's attacking. He looks good against Palace. He looks like a good player as well, by the way. I actually think he's a really good player. So love him. Great option. Good fixture run. Like him a lot. And I want him. And sadly, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get him. But I want him. it's going to be next week. It's going to be between him and Estupiñán for me. And at the moment, Estupiñán's fixtures look like they work for me a little bit better.
Yeah. The next one.
I don't want double Chelsea defence.
The next one to talk about is I need a dud defender. Okay, I want a dud defender. I just want to spend. So it's got to be Van Heck. The fixtures are a joke. Everything's a joke. He's the best 4 million on the game.
Yeah.
Done.
He scored a header yesterday. Hit the post. Didn't score the penalty.
Done. So, end of conversation.
Yes, I don't fully trust our defence, but I think we've been a little bit unlucky as well. We've kept 4 clean sheets in Europe, so it's not ideal. But for a dud price, it doesn't really matter. Can they keep a clean sheet? Yes, they can.
Yeah, definitely.
No, yeah, at a dud price, it's good to Van Heck easily.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I've got dud players.
No, I agree.
If that makes any sense.
Price, he's not a dud player.
I think Gusto playing. If you said Gusto's going to play, he's 5 million, and if you said and Van Heck is a 4.5 player,
at least, yeah.
Done. Yeah. Honourable mentions. Purvis.
Purvis, definitely. Yeah.
Purvis is the big.
Consa.
Consa was in one of my drafts, wasn't he?
Honourable mentions. The other one's Trent, but you fully decided not to go with him.
I think I've really thought it through, and if I want to go with Salah for this first game, and then it gives me more time to decide on what I'm going to do with Salah, then I'm happy. The thing I want to see with Salah is his price starting to tumble.
Yeah.
Okay. As in, like, his percentages after this game week, if his percentage starts to really drop, and I think he's going to go down by Monday or Tuesday, he's a sell, because that indicates to me that his price is going to plummet. Now I'm selling
Salah for Saka, and I need to keep an eye on his price drop as well, because I bought for 12.5 and he's now 13.3, so a price drop would affect me.
Yeah. So I'm 12.9. Is that the same as you? 12.9.
I was 12.5. So 12.9, yeah. But you were 12.6, so might be worth checking. So a price drop wouldn't affect you, but it would affect me. I think you bought for 12.6.
Yeah, I bought for 12.6. Yeah.
The price drop wouldn't affect you, but a price drop does affect me.
Even though that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I bought 12.5. He's now 13.3. A price drop would mean he goes down to 13.8 for me, but a price drop wouldn't affect you because you bought for 13.6. Trust me, 12.6 wouldn't affect you.
Yeah. So ultimately, I just want more time with Salah. That's ultimately what it is more time. And money's not an issue because it's sat on the bench at the moment.
I was going through a draft earlier, and one of the game weeks has a potential for me to have 10 million in the bank. 10 million.
Well, I'm confirming this, and I've got 8.1 in the bank.
Mad.
And that's next week. I'm going to get rid of Salah, and I could go from Salah to Saka, and I'm going to have 12
million. Yeah, madness.
Ridiculous.
12 million,
So there's a couple of people like that. I don't think that we need to talk about loads. So Palmer, for example, at the price that we paid, at the price that he is, if you've got him in, you obviously keep him. If you've not got him,
he's even a hold. I'll be surprised if I don't hold him all season. I know that that's a bit deluded with players we've had before, but I would be surprised if I don't hold him all season. He's nailed. He's a good player. He's a key player for them. He's on penalties. He's searching. Good fixture run. I'm going to even carry him through bad fixtures.
Yeah. The next person that I want to is Foden. Foden has been ticked along really nice for me. I do have a worry. It's not a worry now. It's a worry in 2 game weeks time. Okay. And the reason why I say this is De Bruyne is back. Doku is coming back. all of them, and when Haaland's back as well, because then that means that Alvarez, that drops Alvarez a little bit further back. All of them. Now, Foden, no one's played more minutes than Foden from an attacking point of view for Man City this season. So, but we never write Pep off. Pep's always got this in him.
I think Foden's still in the best 11. Everyone's fit. I think he still plays. I understand the concern, but it wouldn't be a massive concern for me.
No, it's not. It's not a massive concern. The reason. Oh, honestly, he was so good. Everything went through him. Everything. Absolutely everything. So I think that I'm really content with it, to be perfectly honest. I'm really content with having him. I think he's the best option. I can't believe his price hasn't skyrocketed. I can't believe he's 7.6 and he's stayed at 7.6. It's actually weird.
He tempts me. He really tempts me. I just feel like there's other things that
There's other things that you need to do,
Just because of if Eze had a really, really bad fixture run, it's a no-brainer. But because he's got those two fixtures that are tempting, I don't feel like I need to do it. And I might do it before they double, by the way.
And you might do it for Salah.
And he might kill me against Sheffield United. He might, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever going to kill anyone.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I think he's very similar to Bowen, and I think he's very similar to whoever else, Saka. I don't think that their ceilings are incredibly high, but he just ticks along. Like, he just really does tick along. My next one is Bowen, and the reason why is the fixtures are okay, and he's just there. And I don't like him. I've openly said it before. I think he's an. I think he's.
Feel like he returns every game.
I think he's an average footballer. I think there's reasons But did you hear what Klopp said this week? He's the best player who doesn't play for Liverpool.
Really? Oh wow. Are we?
Yeah. So
even in the last 5 game weeks, he's not returned once. That's because they lost 5-0. Like whenever they score, it seems to be him.
It's him who's involved.
He's got 11 Premier League. He's got 11 Premier League goals this season.
Scary. So I think he's in.
Sheffield United soon as well.
He's in. Soon. Yeah. The next one is Garnacho, and was it 2 game weeks ago? They hadn't. The front three hadn't connected a pass or something ridiculous, and in the last 2 game weeks, it looks like it's all clicked together. Like it's all coming together well. And for me, this price could skyrocket.
Yeah, he's so cheap.
He's 4.7. He's 0.2 of bargain price.
And what price, Anthony? Do you know what I mean? That's what price he should be.
Yeah, well, Anthony's, I think it's 7.5, isn't he, or something like that.
That's what. Honestly, it's not an exaggeration to say that's what price Garnacho should be.
He's had the most shots of anyone in the last 5 weeks. The most shots.
Yeah, Anthony 7. I mean,
Bruno.
No. So he should be 6.5, 7.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm perfectly happy with going with him. He's a bit of a punt.
Great enabler.
He's a bit of a punt, and you know what? I'm happy to have a little bit of a punt. I'm on a wild card.
Especially if you want to go 3 up top, which a lot of people are going, then he's the perfect midfielder to enable you to go 3 up top.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I've gone 3 up top most of the season, to be perfectly honest. But and so yeah, honourable mentions with regards to midfield. Saka is the obvious choice. Saka more than likely will be in my team, and it'll probably be for Salah. It's more because of so many other people have him. I actually don't rate him. And It's
No
just
returns in the last 5 games.
it's just the fact that we're moving forward to a time where there's no Salah in the game, and there potentially is no Haaland in the game. So many people are going to have him, and Arsenal's fixtures are really good. He could hurt me. My rank could get killed by him.
Yeah, and he is a bit due. Like, he has been a bit unlucky. I just on the dog walk before I came on here, I listened to Andy's most recent team selection, and he put up 1.4 XGI against West Ham, and he put up 0.95 XGI against bad game against Liverpool, but he put up big XGI the game before that. So, and he is still on penalties. So yes, he's not been performing that well. The numbers are okay. The numbers have been okay the last few games. He hit the post against West Ham, and he should have scored as well if it was a good save. So he will have a big haul quite soon. It'll be a goal and an assist quite soon. He's coming in for me for Salah. When I sell Salah, who is there? It's him or Bowen, and it's close. When money's no issue, then I think it has to be Saka. What I mean is, I'm gonna switch that back. So when I do Salah to Saka, I'm actually gonna go back Saka to Salah when Salah's back. Yeah, money's no issue. So if Saka and Bowen are exactly the same price, then it's just Saka. Yeah. So honourable mentions. The only other couple I had were Jota, but it's only if you decided not to go Salah. You're obviously not going to go Salah and Jota. So Jota was only a mention if you decided to go 1 week without Salah. Jota's the one that makes sense, covers your ass a little bit. And he's only a good option when Salah's away. And the only other one is Richarlison.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think, Richarlison.
Richarlison is an option.
Last night's game confirmed that I don't want Richarlison.
He's wasteful. You can look at last night's game as two things. One thing, he could have got a hat-trick, and the other thing is there's a reason why he didn't get a hat-trick, because he's wasteful. Yeah, 2 disallowed goals. They could have had a penalty. I mean, I'm sure his XGI was 1.5 or something like that. So he's there. He's going to be the main man. He's going to probably be on penalties. The issue is as well, that someone made a good point, is Tottenham without Son and Maddison, are they going to be as good?
Nope. I agree. I think, and
Brennan Johnson, Richarlison.
Maddison is possibly going to be back for the mid-January fixture, but more than likely going to be back for later. Is it FA Cup? Is it this fixture then FA Cup? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we might get some news with regards to Maddison with regards to the FA Cup stuff. So, but
FA Cup's 4th to 6th of Jan.
Yeah.
Saturday the 6th of Jan is when most of the fixtures are.
Yeah. So, and that's fine. I think we'll find out some more.
You just got to pick your best combination out of that lot, really.
Definitely, and it gives me more time with Salah. And Richarlison was around about 2 weeks ago. He was a dead cert to be in it. I don't know. I think I've got Spurs covered. I think I've got Spurs covered with Porro as well.
Yeah.
So
it's a close one. When Son and Maddison come back, though, you'll be probably wanting to sell it.
Yeah. And by the way, just for everyone out there, when Maddison's back, he's going in the team. He's got. I'm swallowing my pride. I've swallowed it with Bowen. I'm swallowing it with Maddison.
Swallowed it with Watkins.
I've swallowed it with Watkins. Oh my god, my team is full of absolute shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like footballers wise, my team is so bad.
You've swallowed more than a porn star in the last 3 weeks.
Oh, Watkins has been terrible since I've owned him as well. Terrible.
Yeah, he has been very tough.
So anyway, moving on to strikers.
Yeah.
Watkins is in. Everyone's got him. Done.
Yeah.
Don't need to talk. Don't need to talk about him really. The fixtures are good. Move on.
Alvarez and Haaland makes complete sense.
The robot. I want everyone to know that I said this. I said that a stress response of your ankle is not a good thing for a footballer.
I don't really like how I agree, but I don't really like how Pep covers it up a bit. When he was a bit like he was saying like it's not broken, it's just stress. It's just stress response. Like, it's not broken. But I don't like how he was kind of telling us all that he was close when really he knew deep down that he was a month.
It's a 6-week job. Yeah. It's a 6-week job. Your stress response happens when you either get severe bone bruising or you get a big tug from a tendon. Okay, so a lot of kids will get stress responses, and a lot of adults will get big bone bruising when they get a lot of impact to the area. You cannot really play with one of them because one, it hurts, and two, it's too risky because then it means that it can either get a lot worse and you can fracture. So you've got to be protective. He will have been in a boot. He jetted off to Spain and did some rehab over in Spain. We know that. Then he went over as a PR stunt. That's the only reason why he was there over in Saudi was PR. If it was anything else, he definitely wouldn't have been there. This was a big PR thing over in Saudi. Hence why the hell it was in Saudi Arabia in the first place. You know, where was their contribution to the World Club Cup? Nowhere. So, by the way, they'll just have that tournament now. They'll just own that tournament. It'll only ever be in Saudi, and that's what they'll do, and that's how they'll get the best players over there playing. Anyway, moving forward, he is definitely out of Sheffield United. The good thing on a wild card is I've got no fires, so I can lock in a transfer to come.
The thing with Alvarez to Haaland is you can just wait till Haaland's definitely back because Alvarez covers your ass so well. Because you're basically covering the Man City striker on penalties. It just makes so much sense. And then if he's not back when Newcastle's away, well, guess what? I've got Alvarez, and he's up top and he's on penalties.
Yeah.
So even if they say, oh, that's such a shame Haaland's out, he's had a setback, he's out for another 6 weeks, you don't care.
No.
Just hold Alvarez until Haaland's back.
Apart from
so much
apart from the fact that I've got 8.5 mil signed me.
Under the bank, but yeah.
Bank, but yeah. Anyway,
the other one is I would admit the other one is up for grabs. The other one is opinion, and for me it's based on 3.
Can I predict your 3?
Yeah.
Darwin.
Yep.
Solanke.
Yep.
Isaac.
Nope.
Pedro Porro. Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro. Nope.
Yeah, Pedro. No. This isn't very good listening for the listeners, is it?
Hasn't really. He's just come back from injury. Good fixture.
Oh, Nkunku.
No, you still haven't got it. Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
He had a bad game yesterday.
He had a terrible game.
It's not clicking for him. But what I'm saying is a striker at Arsenal for less than 8 million with that fixture run is possible. Would I have him ahead of Solanke? Yes, definitely.
Yeah, but they're not the yeah. I get what you mean, but
I don't love him.
He's really. I thought he's looked really poor since he's come back.
Darwin has his question marks as well. I don't hate
him. I know, but I love owning him. I love owning him. I love watching watching, knowing that he was playing. I knew he was going to play against Burnley, and I couldn't wait for him to score. I knew he was going to score.
5 minutes. It's like,
I
oh
was,
God.
I was buzzed down, absolute buzzed down. So yeah, I'm going with Darwin. I think AFCON potentially helps and hinders. Okay,
There's a strong chance of a penalty.
It helps because of minutes. It hinders because Liverpool are not as good without Mo Salah, obviously.
I agree, but they're still good.
Yeah, definitely.
Still good. Diaz, Jota, Nunez is still in the top 3 sides in England.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you're still in the top 4 sides in England without Salah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not as good, but you're still good. And I think everything leads to think, we don't know, but we think he's probably on penalties. Szoboszlai has a chance. McAllister has a chance. I know he's coming back fairly soon. I think it's going to be Darwin. Is that just me? Do you think?
What do you mean?
Penalties.
There's so many people in our team who can take penalties.
There could be a few, yeah.
Szoboszlai,
or Nunez.
McAllister, Trent.
Maybe Trent, but I don't think he will. I just feel like Nunez hasn't scored that much, and I think it'd be a good statement to go give it. And Andy said it as well, and I agree. Nunez is the kind of player that will say, "Give me the ball."
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Give me the ball.
Yeah.
Get it off me.
I wouldn't trust him at all.
I wouldn't trust him either. I wouldn't trust him either on a penalty. No,
honestly, there is no.
I agree, but it's not really the point. He'll still be odds on for a penalty.
I would hate him.
Imagine if he missed the penalty. Oh my God, I would sell him straight away. Honestly, if he missed the penalty, I would rage quit so hard.
Oh God, but yeah,
there's a big chance of penalty as well.
So I think we've done our honourable mentions. I mean, the obvious one is Solanke, but I think his fixtures are done.
But I think people have gone a little bit overboard about him. Personally, he's done well, but I think people are going a little bit mad. Bournemouth are on this incredible run, which they can literally impossible to sustain. And yes, he's done well, and we know he's on penalties, but Tottenham away, average fixture. Liverpool at home, very average fixture. West Ham away, very average fixture. Forest at home is pretty good. Fine. Fulham away is a tough fixture. Newcastle away is a tough fixture. Man City at home, tough fixture. So on their next 7 games, they have 1 easy game.
Yeah, I agree.
Could that dry up? Absolutely. And I think it will. That's my prediction. I think it will dry up. I think he's had a hot spell. I'm not knocking him. I think he's a very good player, but got 5 goals in his last 3 games. That will not continue.
No, I agree.
I think there's better option. If he had a really good fixture run, he's in your wildcard team.
Yeah, definitely. But he doesn't, so that's that.
Yep.
And that's all she wrote, really. I've got the money in the bank to go to Haaland. The issue is whenever it happens. The issue is going to be that I might have to watch one Haaland game from behind the sofa because of the Salah situation.
Yeah, but that's okay. I might have to watch Newcastle away from behind the sofa as well. But the thing is, I don't mind because it's his first game back. Is he going to get 90? Not guaranteed. He might come off the bench, by the way. He's coming back to full fitness after having a certain amount of time off. He's going to need the game. So that would be perfect,
wouldn't it? That would be perfect. Like, say
he's off the bench at Newcastle, unreal.
He's on the bench for Newcastle, and we know that he's back then, and then it's just.
Then it's Burnley at home.
And then it's Burnley at home. Yeah. Wow.
In you come,
captain. And then their fixtures are a joke.
So even if he's probably back, I think I'm going to dodge Newcastle away. Sadly, I've got Isak, who's got Man City at home, but so I would have to start either Isak or Gordon at home against Man City. I think if I knew Isak was starting, I'd go Isak, but if I wasn't sure, I'd probably just start Gordon.
I've just realised I don't have any Newcastle in my team.
That's fine. The next three are terrible. You will be bringing at least one back, by the way. So I would go through a transfer planner and I would be looking at when you're going to bring them back, just because the next three are terrible, right? So really quickly.
I know.
Liverpool
it's
away,
really good. Yeah.
at home, Villa away. But after that, in game week 23, you're going to want them back, because then it's Luton at home, Forest away, Bournemouth at home, Wolves at home, and even longer term, Palace away, West Ham at home, Everton at home, Fulham away. So you're going to want them back, at least one back from 23. But I think you're doing the right thing. Go without them now, because you want a wild card, the next three, and think about which ones you're going to want from 23. If I think if Wilson and Isak are both fit, don't go there. You'll probably be looking at Trippier or Gordon.
But that's when you're looking at it saying, do I cover a little bit and go from Van Heck to a Botman?
Yeah, just a Botman, yeah. Yeah, if he sustains his fitness, Botman's a cheap price.
Because he's cheap and money's not an issue because, yeah. But then money will be an issue because I want Salah back and I'm going to want Haaland. Decisions. Still, it's a great moving thing. This is ultimately changing it all. Yeah, true. Oh shit, I do have Dubravka. So yeah. But yeah, this is an evolving picture. I will be watching the deadline stream tomorrow morning, definitely. And can we expect any team news tomorrow?
It's Chelsea Luton, isn't it? So
Chelsea Luton. If Gusto isn't playing, I'll probably not go with him.
I think that's fair.
And
Who would it be? It would be Purvis or Colwell, wouldn't it?
I'd probably... No, I wouldn't go with Colwell because I've lost my value in him now.
And you've already got Van Heck. It probably wouldn't be Purvis.
No. Probably might be Botman.
Konsa or Botman? Yeah.
Konsa.
Yeah, maybe, but then you're carrying Botman through for the next 3 games, and you've already got Dubravka. Do you want double Newcastle defence at the moment? I don't know. We'll see, but hopefully Gusto just starts, and then you'll have a night.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see if Gusto starts and Colwell doesn't, what I do.
Yeah.
I'd be super tempted from then just to go Colwell to Gusto.
Because then the point for actually wouldn't be you're doing it for free, aren't you, really?
Yeah.
Because he's more than likely going to get a return.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. I wouldn't even need to do a hit because I've got 2 transfers this week as well. So.
Have you got 2?
I rolled last week.
Oh, okay.
Could do that.
Maybe you
will.
We'll
see.
We'll see.
I've got other things I want to do. At the moment, it's looking like just Walker.
Anyway, this is the last one of 2023, mate.
Yeah.
Hopefully
everyone's had a good 2023 FPL year. It's been all right.
It's going to get a lot better though next year.
I hope it's going to get a lot better.
2024 is our year, and the reason why is GTF, baby.
Yeah, going to the moon.
We are. If you're out there, Niall Murtaugh. If you want to hit us up,
he's got the potential to ruin our lives. By the way.
If you want to hit us up, if you want to get involved,
you're not having a chop of our part, by the way.
You're not having a chop,
yeah.
But you can have a guest appearance on the pod, and we'll talk about how we're gonna do you.
I wonder how much he knows about the league and if he knows about the money in it. I'll be quite interested to find out.
Oh, Niall, please get in touch because we want you on. We want you on. We want to hear.
You can't drop messages to people on FBL.
Yeah. I want whoever, if anyone knows him out of our 7 listeners, Niall's FPL 11.
Yeah.
He's going down. Okay. He's sitting in 3rd position. He is 1075.
Not miles behind me.
You're 1079 and I'm 1104. So I've got around about a 25 buffer on the guy, except I'm just hitting the wildcard button, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming he's played it.
Yeah, he's. I mean, ultimately, we've looked through the league, and he's the only switched on guy. The others either have good weak spells. He played it in game week 8. He landed the nuts. Andrew Davis is a lucky guy, and the reason why
he did tell me he was the one that told me about the league, so we're not going to say a bad word about him.
He's captained Solanke for the last 2 game weeks. So
he's taken some serious punts. Yeah.
So he's gone rogue. He's gone rogue.
He's the one that I did the Brighton pod with, and he's the one that told me about the league.
Did he? If he wants to come on and he can tell us about how he
come on. I'm sure he would.
How he envisages that he's gonna beat us by captaining Solanke every week, I'm more than happy to hear from him. So, but yeah, game week 18, we both got 31. He got 72. 72.
He ran so well. Yeah.
Captain Solanke. Captain Solanke. What the?
Horrid. It's the worst red card we've ever seen for Willy Bolly, and then he gets a hat trick. Madness.
Wow. Anyway, GTF is going to get. Do you know what I can't wait for? Do you know GTF is great, but I can't wait for the cup. I can't wait for the GTF Cup.
That's going to be fruity.
The 4-week cup.
That's going to be class.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
So the cup for us is starting in the determined at the end. You'll have an opponent in game week 34.
Yeah.
Boom.
We need to study who our opponent has in their team.
Yeah. And
let's say the league's over by then. It might not be, but let's say it is. Let's say we're like 80 clear of Niall.
I feel like Niall might be listening.
I doubt it. I very much doubt it.
But Andrew Davis might be listening, and he could, and he might look at it and go, "Ooh, Jesus, they're coming for me."
If anyone's still listening, mate, it's a miracle.
It is a miracle. But yeah, all good from there. I hope you have a lovely 2024, big year for you.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, everyone.
FPL be kind to all of you in 2024.
It needs to be. See you later.
Bye, bye.